That's Oprah.
That's Oprah. Okay. Named after the Oprah, and your cat's name is?
And Gail.
And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties. Yeah.
7 months ago, we made sure, I already knew, that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested.
How about hashtag we all knew?
Let's stop pretending. Hollywood has never been about talent. It's about power, silence, and control. And for years, no one embodied that control more than Oprah Winfrey. The woman America called a saint might just be the same woman pulling the strings behind the industry's dirtiest secrets. Because behind every motivational speech and every uplifting special, there's a story that doesn't fit the brand. Stories of manipulation, betrayal, and fear. And when Taraji P. Henson, one of Hollywood's most loved and respected Black actresses, dared to speak up, she wasn't just fighting for equal pay. She was fighting for her soul in a system designed to crush anyone who doesn't obey. They told us Taraji was emotional. They said she was ungrateful. But what if she was warning us? What if the woman behind the color purple was hiding a power far darker than anything on screen? Because according to whispers from inside the industry, Oprah's empire isn't built on inspiration. It's built on control. She doesn't just make stars. She decides who stays one. And those who refuse to play by her rules, they disappear. Taraji almost did. Monique already did. And countless others, silenced, blacklisted, replaced. But then came 50 Cent, the one man in Hollywood too powerful to be scared, too petty to stay silent. He saw what was happening, and he called it out. While the rest of the industry bowed to Oprah's influence, 50 stood tall, ready to go to war for Taraji. He didn't just defend her, he exposed the system. The same machine that chews up Black talent and disguises exploitation as opportunity. And once 50 got involved, the whispers turned into explosions. Rumors of secret alliances, a hidden inner circle of loyalty and silence. And the question that still haunts Hollywood today, is Oprah really the queen of empowerment or the queen? Because if the stories are true, if Taraji, Monique, Ludacris, and even Dave Chappelle were all victims of the same silent empire, then what we're looking at isn't just a feud. It's the exposure of a power structure that's been untouchable for decades. They say nobody crosses Oprah and survives. Taraji did. And with 50 Cent by her side, the empire may finally crumble. You think you know Oprah Winfrey, the billionaire talk show queen, the mother of motivation. The woman who built an empire on kindness, empowerment, and hope. But what if I told you that behind that billion-dollar smile lies one of Hollywood's most feared power brokers? And what if one of America's most beloved actresses, Taraji P. Henson, became her latest victim? For years, Taraji was seen as the strong, resilient face of Black Hollywood. From baby boy to empire, she carried the culture on her back. But behind the glamour, Taraji says she was broke, exhausted, and tired of being underpaid. And when she finally got the opportunity of a lifetime, The Color Purple, produced by Oprah Winfrey herself, she thought her moment had arrived. Instead, it became a nightmare. Taraji revealed she almost turned down The Color Purple because she was offered less than what she deserved. She begged for fair pay and was met with silence. That silence came from the very person she thought would uplift her, Oprah Winfrey. And that's where everything started to crack. Because what Taraji didn't know was that once you question the system, you become a threat to the empire. At first, fans thought it was all business, maybe a misunderstanding. But then Taraji went on a press tour, and she wasn't promoting the film. She was exposing her pain. In interviews with Oprah's best friend, Gayle King, Taraji broke down on live TV. Her tears weren't scripted, they were real. She said she was tired of working so hard being gracious and still getting paid a fraction. And just like that, the mask started to slip. You could feel the tension between her and Oprah. Taraji's raw honesty was met with corporate smiles and polished denials. Oprah stayed silent, but Gayle tried to gaslight Taraji mid-interview, saying, "You're not really thinking of quitting acting, are you?" It was subtle, but it was power disguised as concern. People started whispering, why was Oprah, the self-proclaimed voice for women's empowerment, allowing another black woman to suffer publicly under her brand? Was this about money? Or was this about control? See, Taraji wasn't the first, and she definitely wasn't the last. Years before Taraji, Monique had already sounded the alarm. She accused Oprah and Tyler Perry of blackballing her after her Oscar win, all because she refused to play the Hollywood game. Everyone laughed back then, but 50 Cent didn't. He saw the pattern. He saw Monique, Taraji, Ludacris, all facing the same quiet punishment after speaking up. He even exposed his own run-in with Oprah years ago. He claimed she refused to interview him because he was too street, too real for her show. That's when he did something legendary. He named his dog Oprah and his cat Gayle. Petty? Maybe. But symbolic? Absolutely. Because for 50, this wasn't just about pettiness. It was about power and who gets to control the narrative. When Taraji broke down, 50 posted her picture with the caption, "They dropped the ball. I'm ready to work. Let's get it." Translation? You don't need Oprah's empire. I'll build you another one. And from that moment, the war began. Hollywood isn't run by contracts. It's run by favors. And nobody mastered that game better than Oprah. Her network, OWN, became a gatekeeper for who gets exposure and who gets erased. Behind closed doors, producers whispered that Oprah had lists. Those who were loyal got protection. Those who weren't vanished from the spotlight. And when you're powerful enough to control what people see, you control what they believe. Every time someone tried to challenge her image, the same thing happened. Reputations crumbled. Ludacris said Oprah ambushed him on her show, editing his words to make him look ignorant. Dave Chappelle said she tried to make him admit he was mentally unstable after he walked away from $50 million. Pattern, power, punishment. And now Taraji had entered the same battlefield. But this time, Oprah wasn't facing another scared actor. She was facing 50 Cent, the man who built an empire out of defiance. The internet exploded. One tweet said, "Just imagine looking up to Oprah your whole life, then realizing she's been playing everyone this whole time. Taraji's heartbreak is real." Another read, 50 Cent isn't damaging Oprah. Oprah is damaging Oprah. The hashtag started trending. Hashtag stand with Taraji. Hashtag 50 Cent was right. Hashtag Hollywood exposed. YouTubers, podcasts, gossip pages, everyone had a theory. Some said Oprah was punishing Taraji for refusing to join her inner circle. Others went further, claiming there was an underground group of A-list women connected by power, loyalty, and silence. Whether truth or rumor, it didn't matter. The story had already caught fire, and for the first time in decades, Oprah's public image was cracking. So what was this really about? Money, ego, or something deeper, like betrayal? For Taraji, Oprah wasn't just a boss. She was a symbol, a mentor, a woman she trusted to uplift her. So when Oprah allegedly underpaid and dismissed her, it wasn't just professional, it was personal. And for Oprah, Taraji's rebellion was dangerous. Because when a woman like Taraji, respected, talented, loved, speaks out. It threatens the illusion of perfection Oprah's empire was built on. It's the ultimate psychological war, mentor versus student, icon versus survivor. And caught between them, the entire entertainment industry, forced to choose sides while pretending everything is fine. But 50 Cent's involvement flipped the balance of power. He had money, fame, and nothing to lose. That's a dangerous combination. When 50 defends you, the world listens. And when he attacks, the empire trembles. Then came the whispers of something darker. Insiders claimed Oprah had invited Taraji into a private women's circle, a group bound by loyalty and silence. Allegedly, Taraji refused. And not long after, her career started to spiral. Now, there's no solid proof of that, but the timing, it's chilling. Taraji's pain wasn't about one movie. It was about a pattern, one that's been hiding in plain sight for years. And as her story spread, people began connecting dots that Hollywood didn't want connected. Why do outspoken black women keep getting blackballed under the... Why do they all describe the same pattern of manipulation, silence, and gaslighting? Maybe Taraji wasn't just exposing unfair pay. Maybe she was exposing the system itself. And if that's true, then Oprah's empire isn't built on empowerment. It's built on silence. So here we are, one of the most powerful women in media, her image questioned. One of the most beloved actresses in Hollywood, fighting back tears and betrayal. And one of the most ruthless men in entertainment, standing between them, ready for war. The story of Oprah, Taraji, and 50 Cent isn't over. It's only just beginning. Because in Hollywood, every empire eventually cracks. And when it does, the truth doesn't just come out, it explodes. So the question remains, did Oprah really try to control Taraji's career? Or is this all part of a bigger Hollywood game, one designed to protect the few and silence the brave? Either way, 50 Cent isn't backing down. Taraji isn't staying quiet. And Oprah, she's got more to lose than ever before. Stay tuned, because the next chapter in this story might finally reveal what Oprah never wanted you to know. So now you've seen it all. The cracks in Oprah's empire, the pain behind Taraji's smile, and the one man bold enough to call out Hollywood's silent war, 50 Cent. But here's the question no one dares to ask. Was this just a clash of egos, or the biggest cover-up in entertainment history? Because if these patterns are real, then everything we thought we knew about Hollywood's heroes might just be a lie. What do you believe? Did Oprah really try to silence Taraji? Or is this a brutal power struggle that 50 Cent just blew wide open? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this debate is about to get messy. And if you think this story was shocking, just wait until you see what's coming next. The next video dives even deeper into the secret network behind Oprah's empire that nobody talks about. So hit that like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of Hollywood's biggest unraveling.